Everything that you're seeing right now, from every single camera inputs and all of the different switches that I can do, even if I wanted to like put some graphics right now on screen, all of this is being controlled by this little monitoring device. And there's no computers, no desktops involved anywhere. This device is called the YoloBox Extreme, and in this video, I want to show you what it's like to run a full-on multicam production from one hub, and why podcasters and streamers or even small event teams would absolutely love the YoloBox Extreme. The easiest way to understand the YoloBox Extreme is not to really think about it just like a switching device, but to think about it more like a central brain of a full-on multicam production. On this one screen, I can see every single camera input, I can switch between different camera angles in real time, and bring in graphics and overlays or even remote guests, all without needing to be connected to a laptop or external monitor. And that's what makes the YoloBox Extreme a lot different from different multi-camera setups. Normally you would need a switcher and then a computer running different software and at least one external monitor. But here everything's just consolidated to a device about the size of an iPad. So that's kind of like a high level understanding of what the YoloBox Extreme is and how it works. But the next important question is, who is this actually even for? And I want to touch on that before we dive in to all of the features that this thing can do, because it's pretty robust. But if you're first and foremost a podcaster or an interview style based creator, and you're running multicam setups for your podcast, and you want a central hub that handles the switching and recording and audio and graphics all in one place, then this is where the YoloBox Extreme really makes sense. Instead of juggling multiple devices, you can run everything from a single touchscreen device. And for creators who care about speed and consistency and just reducing overall editing time, this workflow is a huge win. The second category this would be built for are things like small event teams. So if you're an online coach, you're a speaker, or an educator running like live in-person workshops or masterminds, or even churches. Sometimes we'll consult with churches about their live stream setups. And because this is a battery-powered, self-contained device, it's really portable, and you can set it up in a venue or a small conference center pretty easily and just run everything from this one unit as a small event team. And then the third group would be content creators and YouTubers, of course, can use this as well. And that's primarily who we train and coach here at Think Media, are individual content creators. And this is where I think context does matter, because for most solo creators, this is probably a little bit more complex than you're used to or maybe even need. And if you're okay doing 1080p streaming and recording, there's some really great options out there that are a little bit more affordable. Where the YoloBox Extreme starts to make sense is if you want to incorporate 4K switching with multiple camera inputs. Because once you step into true 4K multicam workflow, most setups quickly climb into the thousands of dollar range. And that's where a more like $2,000 price point like this feels a lot more reasonable. Now let's quickly talk about some of the inputs, because this is where you can really see how flexible the YoloBox Extreme is. On the camera side, you get 8 HDMI inputs, which is wild, but 5 of those support full-on 4K up to 4K 60 FPS. That's plenty for multi-camera podcasts, events, or live productions, and everything just plugs straight in. You don't need any capture cards or extra hardware needed. Just plug it right into these HDMI slots up top, and you're good to go. There's also some USB inputs for webcams, and I'm actually using one right now. The YoloCam S3 actually matches really well with my more expensive DSLRs, but I can run USB-style webcams into the YoloBox Extreme natively. There's some other USB ports for data transfer and power delivery. There's also Ethernet if you want to connect this to the internet, or you can do that via Wi-Fi. And there's even a nano SIM card slot, which means that you could stream or bring in video without even relying on Wi-Fi or internet connection. You could use that SIM card slot to give you access to the internet. And beyond physical cameras, you can also bring in wireless and remote sources as well. So things like NDI cameras over your network, or SRT feeds over the internet, or even browser-based remote guests that can call into your show natively with this. It's a really cool feature. Or you can bring in media from SD cards or a USB drive. So there's a ton of inputs. I didn't even cover all the ways you can get feeds into this, but in terms of outputs, what kind of signals can you output? Well, you get 2 HDMI outputs. Both can handle 4K, and the key thing here is that they're actually independent from each other, so they can display different things. Maybe one of them you want to have your program feed showing what's live for the world to see, but then your other one you can show a multi-view or a specific camera angle. So it's incredibly useful if you're running a solo podcast or a solo stream, or even if you have a small team and you need to have different outputs displaying different things on your monitoring devices. In terms of audio, there's a headphone jack on the bottom of the unit so you can monitor audio, and then there's two 3.5mm jacks on top of the unit, one for line and one for mic inputs via 3.5. The YoloBox Extreme can also output your production to multiple different streaming platforms, up to 3 at the exact same time without a computer. There's basically a computer and streaming software built into this unit, and you can stream over Ethernet or Wi-Fi or cellular, and you don't have to use external software to run your live streams. Okay, I know that's a lot of information, but the main takeaway is this. Whether you're monitoring video signals, or you're recording multicam productions, or you're live streaming, or sending your feed somewhere else, the YoloBox Extreme gives you a lot of flexibility, and there's multiple clean ways to get your production out, but also bring content into the YoloBox. Now, in terms of live switching and recording, the first thing you'll notice with this is it's a massive touchscreen display, and you can use the YoloBox to touch and change all of your camera inputs. Like here's my Sony a7 IV. This is like Inception status right here. Whoa, that's real trippy. I'll switch over to this, which is the YoloCam S3, and then back to my Sony FX3. And I can do all of those switching in real time via the touchscreen. It really just feels like an iPad screen, but also this thing is so bright. I had to reduce the brightness down to like 20% brightness for this video because it was way overexposed compared to my skin tones for this video. So yeah, this thing is so bright you could probably use it outside, no issues. Now you can also build some preset scenes with different multi-view layouts. Like for example, I built this scene right here that's like a side-by-side view of myself and the YoloBox, but this could be used for like a 2-person podcast. If you had a remote guest, you could put them over on this side and then have yourself on one of the angles and just make it more dynamic. And all of this is customizable, by the way. So I'll switch over to this view and then I'll click this button, hit edit. And now I can edit this scene entirely how I want it to be. So if I wanted like this kind of background, cool, you can keep it that way. I could add thicker borders. I could adjust the spacing, have a custom background if I want, or even a video background, which is cool. I could quickly swap the positions of those. And you can create a bunch of these different multi-view layouts and add them all as different video sources. If I click over to this view, you'll be able to watch what I'm doing here. Just add a video source. And this side is all of your traditional video sources. And then these are your multi-views. So if I add, like, you could do a 4-person multi-view or 3. If I just do a standard picture-in-picture, I could select maybe the YoloCam as my A input, and then the B input would be the YoloCam S3. And now I have a standard picture-in-picture view, but you can adjust all of this. Look at this. I could do the screen shape be more of like a circle. That's really traditional for picture-in-picture views, especially for streamers. If you're like reacting to a video, you want to have yourself in a nice small circle, you could do that. You could also change the scale if I wanted a little bit smaller. I could drag it to the corner as well to be at a bit more optimal position so it's not taking up too much real estate. Maybe I could go with a little bit of a thicker white border to put more emphasis on myself. But when I hit done, I can just scroll down and now we can see that that picture-in-picture view has been added. And just honestly, like under a minute, you can get different multi-view layouts, and it's all really easy right here on the touchscreen. Now there's also automatic switching with the YoloBox Extreme, and I'll show you this feed right here. And this is how you do it. The best way is by using the video follows audio feature. This allows you to connect different camera audio sources to different camera inputs or switching actions. So I've assigned right now like the a7 IV. Anytime the microphone of the a7 IV is spoken through, we'll switch to that angle. Same thing with the FX3. And if both of the microphones speak at the same time, we'll go to a side-by-side view. I've also set up some different delay switch sensitivity. I set it to 10 for this just because it'll be the most sensitive for demonstration purposes. Then also minimum switch duration I set to ½ a second, and then the thresholds where the switching will occur if the audio levels reach this minimum decibel level is -35. I'll go ahead and start the auto switching feature. And since I'm using the FX3's microphone, it immediately switches to the FX3 input. Now I'm going to unmute this second microphone and the audio might get kind of crazy here, but just bear with me for demonstration purposes. I'll turn on this microphone and I'll immediately start speaking into both microphones now. And it senses now there's 2 mics if it was me and a guest. It is now, has it as a side-by-side view because that's what I set it to. Now I'll remove the FX3's microphone and you'll be able to see it switch to input for the a7 IV's microphone. And then I'll switch back really quickly to the Sony FX3, and now it switches, auto switching is crazy, back to 2 microphones. Isn't that pretty wild? So this is fantastic for podcast teams or solo operators who don't have the ability to manually operate all the switches and you just need the software to handle it for you. It actually does a really good job. Now at the same time as you're switching everything, you can also record all of your inputs and your program feed at the same time. So if I switch over to this view, you'll be able to see this a little bit better. In my recording settings, I have selected to record the program feed, which will bake in all of the cuts and transitions that I'm doing into one camera feed and one video file. And then I've also selected the FX3, the A7 IV, and the YoloCam S3 to record their independent video sources. And keep in mind, this is 4K ISO channel recording. So this is not like 1080p ISO channels. This is, you get the full-fledged 4K out of, I believe if you do 4K 30 FPS, you get up to 4 ISO channels of recording. And if you do 4K 60, you can get up to 2 4K channels of ISO recording at the same time, which is wild. So if I wanted to re-edit this production later and deal with all of the video sources in a different way later, I can do that. But also, as you can see right here, there is this new feature that is in the latest firmware called Generate Timeline Final Cut Pro XML file. So this is not just for Final Cut Pro, by the way. You can do this for DaVinci Resolve and also convert the file for Premiere and open up an XML that contains all of the cuts that your program feed had. So maybe you made some mistakes during your live production and your switching was off and you want to go back and adjust some timings after the fact. You can do that with the YoloBox Extreme by leveraging this Final Cut Pro XML file. Depending on what method you'd like to record in, you can record via USB storage, which is what I'm doing right now. I have a hard drive mounted to the back of this unit. It's just gaff taped on the back, and I'm using that to record directly to that SSD. Now you could also record via an SD card slot that's right here on the bottom, or alternatively, there is 200 gigabytes of internal storage that you could record to, which is definitely large enough for a couple of podcast episodes, and then you could move them off of this unit after you're finished. Now, if you're a creator who often brings in remote guests for your productions, maybe you're a podcaster who has a remote studio that you podcast from, and you bring in guests, you can actually do all of that right here with the YoloBox Extreme, and you do not have to leverage a different software like Ecamm Live or StreamYard or Zoom. You don't have to do that. You can actually send a link directly from the YoloBox Extreme to your guests, and they can join from wherever they're at in the world, and their video feed will pop up right here, and you can select that as a video source to add to your production. So the big idea here is that switching, recording, and streaming, they don't have to be separate parts of their production process. With the YoloBox Extreme, you're actually able to do all of these things together from one location, from one screen, all at the same time. Now, as you look at some comparisons between the YoloBox Extreme, products that come to mind would be the Blackmagic Design ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. It's about a $1,400 switcher. And really, you kind of need to build out your whole system around the ATEM switcher and add a bunch of support pieces to it. Now, it's a great product, don't get me wrong, but this is more of an all-in-one solution. Another comparable product is something like the RØDECaster Video, the full-size one. You've got a lot of great HDMI inputs, but there is a big limitation with the RØDECaster that it's 1080p workflow, and there's not a built-in screen to monitor your device. So you still got to build this out a little bit more. Now, a couple of things you should be aware of, or potential, I guess, areas of improvement could be for the YoloBox would be first, I noticed when using the USB-C output to use the YoloBox as sort of like a webcam or a camera input for recording inside of OBS or bringing it into Zoom as a video source, is that the USB output compresses the video footage quite a bit. And I can see some artifacting and even some banding. If there's like a gradient in terms of shadows in my room, it tends to look pretty compressed. So it's way cleaner to use an HDMI output and then convert that signal via a capture card if you're wanting to run it into your computer. But the whole idea with the YoloBox in the first place is that instead of having to open up Ecamm Live or StreamYard and plugging this into your computer, you can just stream and record directly from this unit. So it's not always going to be an issue, just something you want to be aware of. The USB out into my MacBook Pro, at least, is getting a pretty compressed feed. And then of course there's just the learning curve. I'm somebody who's very tech savvy and I work in tech and I coach people on their tech setups. But even for me, this thing can do so much and it's a little bit overwhelming at first. But as you get into it and you start figuring out where the buttons are and where the different menu interfaces interact with each other, then it starts to get a lot easier. Now, if you skipped all the way to the end of this video, the overall value here with the YoloBox Extreme is that it's not just a switching device. It's a complete production hub for podcasters or small event teams or creators. If you want a streamlined 4K multicam workflow without needing to juggle a laptop and monitors and multiple devices, this is one of the most capable all-in-one solutions you can buy right now on the market. If you think the YoloBox Extreme might be a good fit for you, we'll link it down in the description below of this video. And if you want to check out one of the best webcams I've ever used, it's right here. This shot right here is the YoloCam S3. And I've actually done a dedicated review about this webcam that you can click or tap the screen right here to check out. And we'll see you in the next one.